Hey guys, what's up? My name is Katelynn, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I have a tapping video for you on knowing I'm worthy of romantic love, because that is something I've been working on the past few days, and I dove deep and looked at all of my beliefs and I'm like, oh. So I had to heal a lot of things, and I feel like other people might be struggling with romantic love, and like when they get something good, self-sabotage, because it's like, oh, that's too good. I'm unworthy of, I'm only allowed this much good things, this much happiness, this much joy, this much love. And when it gets above that, it's like, okay, abort mission, like I'm terrified, let's self-sabotage and blow up my life. Like that was kind of my experience, but I was able to recover it and save my relationship. I still was carrying all these beliefs that I had to work on today. So I'm going to guide you through a EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping session. And we're just gonna look at these beliefs that prevent us from receiving love and knowing that we're worthy of love, and just come out the other side feeling just ready to give and receive love and not self-sabotage our relationships. So if you have no idea what tapping is, you'll just tap where I tap and say what I say. It's super simple, and we're just gonna get started. We're gonna actually start on the side of the hand, and I would like you to repeat after me. I want more love in my life, but I'm kind of scared. I like the idea of love. It looks romantic. It looks hot and sexy. And it looks fun. But maybe that's not actually what I've seen. Maybe that's not what I've actually experienced in the past. Divorce rates are pretty high. And I've seen so many people get heartbroken. And I have been heartbroken in the past. And I'm just not interested in experiencing heartbreak. So falling in love is risky. There's a chance of heartbreak. And I have to decide if the risk is worth it. Because I don't want to be heartbroken. But I also want to be loved. So I have a dilemma. I also really want to feel worthy of love. When maybe I didn't receive love in the past. And then I decided that meant that there was something wrong with me. But that's kind of silly. Because maybe that person was incapable of loving me. And that has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with them. And unfortunately, I took their actions personally. And I forgive myself for that. So even though for the longest time, I have been scared of love, I deeply and completely love, honor, and forgive myself. I choose to know that self-sabotage is simply misguided self-love. And I'm grateful for my past self that tried so hard to protect me from heartbreak. But I'm choosing to break these old patterns. And I choose to know that I am completely lovable. All right, take a deep breath in. Let it go. Maybe wiggle if that feels good. Okay, how are you feeling? That may have brought up a lot of stuff. You may not have even realized that like you had all these beliefs and that like you're like, oh, I experienced heartbreak, so that means I'm going to continue experiencing heartbreak, so is it worth it? But by looking at it, we get to kind of debunk it and decide, is this really the pattern I want to continue to repeat? And the answer is probably no. So then we get to instill new, better beliefs, new, better patterns, new, better habits, and then we can create new, better romantic love. So that was just a setup point. We're now going to get into several full rounds of tapping. So again, you'll just tap where I tap and say what I say. And I would like you to start at the top of the head and repeat after me. I have experienced heartbreak in the past. And it was so painful that I may have vowed to never allow myself to experience that again. Because heartbreak is horrible. And I'm just not interested in being heartbroken again. And so it's really hard to go all in a relationship. Because if I give my all, if I give 100%, if I fall deeply in love, then I'm at risk of being hurt. And I just don't want to be hurt. But by protecting myself from the hurt, I'm also limiting the amount of love I'm able to receive, limiting the amount of love I'm able to feel, and limiting the amount of love I'm willing to give. So I deeply crave love, but I'm only allowed so much. Because any more than that would risk me getting hurt. But I choose to acknowledge that my future partner or my current partner isn't someone from my past, isn't the same ex that hurt me, isn't my parents that may not have given me the love I deeply craved. Maybe I'm just projecting all these past hurts onto my current or future partner. When the truth is, They haven't done anything wrong yet. I'm blaming them for other people's mistakes. I'm punishing them for other people's actions. And that's not fair. That's not fair to them. It's also not fair to me. Because I'm not allowing them to love me at 100%. Because I'm keeping them at an arm's distance so they cannot hurt me. And then I wonder why I'm lonely. But I'm doing it to myself. But I have been doing it all along to protect myself. And I'm deeply grateful for this little part of me that has been looking out for my heart, protecting it from harm at all costs. And at one point in time, that was super necessary. But now, it's just preventing me from experiencing the love I desire. So even though for the longest time, I have been blocking myself from love, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. And I'm ready to let go of this old pattern because I deserve to be free. My past does not equal my future. So I am turning off this projector that has been presenting old stories and habits projected onto my partner. I'm turning off this projector because I can't control what this person does. I can't control if they do hurt me. But I'm not going to experience the love I crave by trying to control them. So I'm setting us both free. I also choose to acknowledge that no matter what happens, I can handle it. I handled it in the past, and I could handle it again. And I'm open to the possibility that maybe they won't hurt me. Maybe they won't disappoint me. Because I'm worthy of that. And I'm going to give them the opportunity to show up for me and to love me and to be there for me. And I will do the same for them. Because I am worthy of a loving relationship. Even if that hasn't been my experience. Even if that's not what I've seen. That doesn't mean it's impossible. Maybe true love is out there waiting for me. And even if I'm not in a relationship right now, I can begin a relationship. I can begin a relationship with myself. I can give myself the love I deeply crave. And even if I'm already in a relationship, it's not too late to date myself. To set new standards of how I want to be treated. To give myself all of the love. Because I'm worthy and deserving of love. And if no one is out here giving it to me, I can just give it to myself. So yes, I am worthy of romantic love. But I am also deeply worthy of self-love. And no matter what happens, I can handle it. And it's safe to fall in love. And I'm so worthy of that. And so it is. All right, take a deep breath in. Let it go. So that may have brought up so much stuff. I highly recommend journaling on what came up for you. Like, what patterns and beliefs do you have about love? When you think of love, I mean, obviously you're like, oh, I want to be loved, that'd be so nice, blah, blah, blah. But like, list out all the reasons why it's unsafe to be in a relationship, to move to the next step, to take that next leap in love. What reasons is it unsafe? Cause like for me, back in 2020, me and Dylan have been together now 7.5 years, but like at the beginning of 2020, we'd been dating 4 years and we were talking about buying a house. And I didn't believe I was worthy of having a house. And I also didn't believe I was worthy of being as happy as I was. So I panicked and started to blow up my life, started to sabotage our relationship, convincing myself I'm so unhappy. But the truth is that I didn't feel worthy of love, worthy of a house, worthy of good things. And so I started to blow up my life. And we broke up for a week. I packed up my stuff. I moved out for a whole week. And it was just such a sad week. I was so sad. I was like, you know what? I actually want to spend my life with this person. So I had to decide, if I spend my life with this person, that means we're gonna buy a house. And that means I have to be okay with being happy and be okay with buying a house. And I was like, okay, I have to be okay with these things or else I'm not gonna be able to keep this relationship. And so I decided, I'm like, okay, this is what I want, because I desire more to be with this person than to keep my old patterns and habits. So we got back together. We actually built a house. But I wouldn't live in a house now if I didn't decide that's what I wanted to do. So I feel like with love, things can get too good, like I'm too happy, like I better leave. Or if you're scared of being hurt, it's like, oh, let me abandon them before they can abandon me. Let me reject them before they can reject me. And that is also problematic, but I see people do that all the time. Even in like friendships where it's like, oh, I'm scared of being vulnerable. Let me just like pull away and stop talking to them as much because I'm scared of being hurt. This fear of being hurt really prevents us from receiving more love, receiving more friendship, receiving good things because we're just scared of how we think it could be so painful, and it might be, but by protecting ourselves from this potential pain that doesn't even exist, we are actually preventing the experience of love and joy and friendship and deep connection and all those good things that we want. So we have to risk it in order to actually receive what we want. And now I'm thinking of gambling, where it's like, if you don't place a bet, there's no potential of winning. We're just out here gambling on love, and sometimes we have to work through these beliefs. Like, oh, what did my parents model? Oh, look, I watched my parents experience heartbreak. I don't want that, but I'm not my parents. So I'm proud of you for looking at this. That's what I've been working through today. Cried a lot, but that's okay. That's what it takes, because I want more love. I'm ready for this next step that is coming closer. So, you're worthy of love. Even if other people have convinced you otherwise, that's not the truth. You are so worthy. So worthy. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tapping on your face with me. And I recommend staying hydrated, and I hope you have an incredible day because you deserve it. Okay, bye.